Hey, what's up, guys? From the Hillside Garden. Today is middle of December. It's like 60 degrees out, and this is way overdue. Uh, Cutting down these old canna lilies. But I want to talk to you about the importance of mulching your canna lilies, especially in where I'm at, zone 6B, 7A, right on the border there. So this winter has been extremely mild, and conventional wisdom says you're supposed to dig your canna lilies up every year, and dig them up and take them inside, replant them in the spring, as they are very tender perennial plants. However, I never have. We had one year, got down to like minus 11. I lost pretty much everything, but 2 or 3 bulbs survived. And from these 2 or 3 bulbs, they have massively reproduced. And check out this big cluster right here. They've actually grown on top of the ground. They're so overgrown and big. And I attribute that to every year I just mulch these things heavily mulching with leaves, compost, some horse manure, whatever I have, grass clippings. But you can kind of see what's left right here. This is the last little patch. And what I always do is I'll just cut them down and I'll just lay them right on top of the soil, right there. Okay, right on top of the flower bed. Now maybe if you live in HOA or someplace that regulates all your everything you do with your life, but they might not like that. But here, it's fair game. I can mulch it down with these. I'll then cover it with some grass clippings, rake some leaves onto it, maybe put a layer of compost on top to help insulate this this patch. Okay, another reason why I think my cannas survive and thrive in outdoor situation in this non-ideal climate, I guess is what everyone tells me, is that this is a south-facing slope that I'm on. Okay, so it's getting the most sun exposure. It stays warm. It's right next to the porch, as you can see right here. The bottom part of the porch, the bricks here, does retain heat, as you can kind of tell right up against the bricks. There's a really large cluster, and it goes all the way up, and this whole patch is just spreading continuously every year from those 4 surviving bulbs. So maybe just through trial and error, just some genetic selection, these bulbs have gotten a certain hardiness to them that maybe yours may or may not have. A lot of the hybrids you buy from the store come from overseas, or Holland, or growers in the Midwest or Southwest or wherever they may be from, may not be acclimatized to your particular yard and your situation there. So yeah, so I think that's a lot to be said about growing things that are regionally acclimated. So if you're going to buy bulbs or flowers or any kind of perennials, shop local. All right, and it's not really just a plug on shop local. It's buy plants that have been grown locally. How about I put it like that? Okay, so if you grow plants that have been grown locally, they're going to be more adapted because they've had to survive in that situation you're in the state area, whatever, and you're going to be more apt to survive. So I'm trying to get out here. So let me try to get out my own shadow here and just kind of show you what I've been doing. But not a lot to do in December. This should have been done a long time ago, but I've just been sick. Then I got busy, and just everything's just going super crazy. So there you go. So definitely mulch your canna lily bulbs. Now here's what you can do, and I'll show you kind of one little mistake I made right here. It's this guy here. I was pruning it. And this is what a baby is going to look like. It's going to put off a little offshoot here from the main stem. Kind of broke it off right there, and the little bulbs are going to form on the sides there, and it's going to multiply like that. Okay, so this right here I might just bring inside, or I might just go ahead and transplant it deeply someplace else. Now I'm kind of worried, just as we talk about this right here, the bulbs that are showing above the soil, down in here, like I showed you out there in my own shadow, but there you go. Those bulbs have grown on top of the soil where they've been so crowded. So it's going to be kind of trial and error. I'm going to really heavily mulch this area right here, see what happens. But I think by next year I may actually have to dig these up and just divide them, as they are just absolutely multiplying like crazy. So if you do have an area like this that gets not a full sun, I think another benefit from this is you kind of look up, the porch is right up here. So every time it rains, the rainwater rolls right off the porch, right down here, right on top of these cannas, so they stay extra moist. Water plants on the porch. The porch is kind of sloped a little bit, so all the water runs down here. So this is kind of a water catchment area. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. It's free draining, collects a lot of moisture, gets full sun exposure, and that's what's helped me multiply these cannas prolifically into my flower bed here. So hopefully that helps you guys with some tips about how to preserve your cannas, how to let them survive over the winter without digging them, and just some overall advice about keeping your plants mulched will definitely help them acclimate and perform better in the long run. So thanks for watching this quick little tip, guys. Hope it helped. Please subscribe if you like this content. I'll see you here next time on the Hillside. All right, guys. Bye-bye.